Well, good morning, brothers and sisters. It's Monday. I hope you had a great weekend celebrating Father's Day as a family. Also, a wonderful time worshiping the Lord Sunday. And if you did not attend church this Sunday, please go to our website and watch the worship service from First Baptist this past week. Celebrate and worship. You can do it on Monday, okay? In our Bible reading plan, we are in the third chapter of Joshua. I hope you've already read the chapter and written in your journal what God has said to you. Before I share with you the verse that really spoke to my heart, I want to just comment on a couple of notes, a couple of things in the chapter. It's in this chapter where they cross the Jordan River and go over to attack Jericho. And the Levitical priests lead the way carrying the Ark of the Covenant. And remember, the Ark of the Covenant was that chest with the cherubim or angels on top, and inside the Ten Commandments and Aaron's rod and some of the manna and all of that. And the priest carrying the ark walk up to the edge of the Jordan River. And when you read chapter 3, if you haven't read it already, you'll see this. And they stand in the edge of the water, and God stops the flow of the river, sort of like he parted the Red Sea. He parts the Jordan River, and then they move out and stand in the middle of it, and all the people of Israel cross to the other side on dry land. Now, one of the things that's mentioned in here in verse 4 is that Joshua told all the people not to get close to the ark, don't touch the ark. They were to stay 2,000 cubits away from the ark, not get any closer to than that. 2,000 cubits is equal to 3,000 feet. So just a little bit more than a half mile. So it's a big distance they were to stay away from the Ark of the Covenant. And then in verse 16, when the river parted, it says that the waters which were flowing down from above, flowing from the north to the south toward the Dead Sea, stood and rose up in one heap a great distance away at Adam, the city that is beside Zarethan. Now, that city was located somewhere around 15 to 20 miles north of where the ark was, of where they crossed the river. And so 15 to 20 miles upriver, the water stood straight up and stopped flowing. So 15 to 20 miles down to the ark, and then below the ark, south, down toward the Dead Sea. So they had miles of dry land to cross the river on and be able to stay 3/4 of a mile away from the ark as they were doing it. So this miracle is not some small little miracle where God just parted the water and there was a small walking path. I mean, the river dried up for miles. Great miracle of God. What spoke to my heart, though, in chapter 3 is verse 5. The day before they crossed the river. In verse 5, Joshua said to the people, "Consecrate yourselves, for tomorrow the Lord will do wonders among you." You need to spend some time, he said to the Hebrew people, getting ready for tomorrow, spiritually preparing, rededicating yourself to God, consecrating yourself, preparing for what God is going to do. You'll remember a few weeks ago in the book of Exodus, Moses asked the people to spend 3 days consecrating themselves, getting themselves ready before they encountered God at Mount Sinai when God revealed himself to the people of Israel. I wonder what you and I miss out on sometimes, what we miss out on because we don't take time to consecrate ourselves, to prepare ourselves for these special encounters with Jesus. I wonder how much better Sundays would be, worship would be, if you consecrated yourself and prepared yourself before Sunday morning. A number of years ago, I did some research on the Jewish Sabbath and learned that for many devout Jews, they would view the Sabbath as a queen coming to visit their house. So as the Sabbath would approach at sundown on Friday evening, in their mind, they saw it like royalty is coming to visit our house because the Sabbath was associated with God. If you have somebody important coming to your house, what do? Man, you get ready. You clean, you prepare, you make sure there are towels if they're staying the night. You clean the house. Ladies, you drive yourself crazy sometimes getting the house ready for company, don't you? Well, a devout Jew would view the Sabbath as a queen coming to visit, and they would make all the preparation in advance so that when the Sabbath arrived, they were ready and they could worship and they could celebrate and they could enjoy it. And when our kids were home, we took that and ran with it and thought, what can we do on Saturday to get ready for Sunday to make Sunday morning easier and better? Because I know there are probably some of you listening to me right now. Sunday morning is a battle in your house. That's why half of you can't get your own time, isn't it? And so we started doing some things on Saturday evening to get ready for Sunday. Having a meal together as a family for a number of years, whether it was sandwiches or a big meal, didn't matter. Having a simple, brief devotion and a prayer on Saturday night. And then when the dinner was done, everybody had to go get their Bible ready for Sunday morning, get their tithe ready for Sunday morning, pick out their clothes they were going to wear on Sunday morning, get all that ready, so that on Sunday morning, none of that had to be done. Because those are the kind of things people, you get distracted with on Sunday. And so when we would get up on Sunday morning, we would put on worship music and be playing through the whole house. Didn't do it perfectly, but I learned a lot through that. That the more I prepare for the holy day of worship, the better it goes. And if you don't get ready for worship until you wake up, whenever you wake up on Sunday morning, you're robbing yourself of so much that could be. What can you do to consecrate yourself to be ready for what God wants to do on Sunday? If you are waiting until Saturday to decide, am I going to church tomorrow? You're already blowing it. It should be just part of your life that you go to worship every Sunday and you don't have to decide week to week. If you're deciding week to week, you have not consecrated yourself. And if you have consecrated yourself and said, we're going every week, what can you do on Saturday to consecrate yourself in preparation for Sunday to make it go smoother and easier and better and more meaningfully, and to encounter what God wants to do? Think about it. What can you do differently to make Sunday better? To make Sunday morning better? To make worship better? By getting ready on Saturday. What can you do? Think about it and then do something. And if you come up with some ideas, why don't you put them in the comments and let us know. We'd love to hear your ideas. Your ideas might help somebody else. Hey, God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.